Hey, what is going on, crypto people? Happy Friday. Happy Friday to each and every one of you. Yeah, we made it. We made it. We made it back from our little trip. It was a cool time. We made it back safely, driving in the wee hours of the morning. Early this morning. I guess we got back around 4:30-ish in the AM. So it's a pretty cool hang for sure. Really like the JW. Nice spot. Nice spot to hang out for sure. So listen, happy Friday, SEC. I don't know what's going on. They admit that they made up the crypto asset security thing. Kind of apologizing. I don't even know if that was a sincere apology or not. Stuart Alvarado and Paul Grewal, legal counsels for Ripple and Coinbase, respectively, went in on the SEC and Gary Gensler, of course. That's some very, very interesting stuff. The Flare Network's flywheel economy, it's just churning, baby. It's just churning. Just churning. Did we see a little 60K BTC today? We did. Saw a little 60K. It's awesome. It's cool. Again, I hope you guys listened to Julian Patel's video from Raoul Paul the other day. Came out on the Journeyman. I hope you listened to it. You got to see what the big picture is in order to prepare yourself for what's going on. Highly recommend you pop your head outside that XRPL bubble and take a look around. I promise you, if you hang out on Raoul Paul's The Journeyman, it'll be worth your while. Pookie is in the building. What's going on, my friend? Pookie says Flare networks might be the 1, 2, and 3. Well, you know what? I can now start to allocate some dirty, nasty fiat to Flare, just getting Flare now. Well, I'm excited about that. I can start to do it now. I finally got the BTC weighted the way that I wanted in terms of my largest, the whole 90-10 thing. Because XRP was killing the game. We just, even though we lost 90% of it, it was still. Because we had a lot of XRP, so it was still the major one. But we've outweighted that now. So with BTC, so that is cool. I think I can start devoting some of the dirty, nasty fiat into FLR because there's a flywheel economy going on there. That's awesome. And I love Sui. But don't have the flywheel economy. It may have great projects and great tech. Flywheel economy is important right now. Look, we know it's not going to last, but it is there. You can't ignore it and say, well, it's not there. I mean, it is there. I mean, you take some dirty, nasty fiat, you get some FLR, you wrap that FLR, you're now eligible for flare drops that are going to happen until January of 2026. You can take that wrap, do it wrap, and then, of course, delegate it. So that now you can get Flare weekly rewards, delegation rewards, right? So you're going to get Flare. First of all, you're going to own the token FLR if you believe that that layer 1 is a next level groundbreaking layer 1 in their own lane, being the blockchain for data and AI, right? You can weigh your portfolio however you want to weigh it, 90% in things like Bitcoin, ETH, Solana if you want, 10% in the Flare if you want. What I'm saying is FLR is what it is, right? And so FLR to wrap and delegate it, wrap it, get eligible for flare drops, delegate it, get eligible for the delegation rewards, go to SparkDex. This is what I'm doing, not telling people what to do. I go to SparkDex and I swap it for SFLR, or I go to Scepter, or I go to Scepter, liquid staking platform on Flare Networks. When the staking period is open, go there and stake it. And by doing that, and again, I just want you to think about it. If it's $100 of FLR and you wrap that $100 worth of FLR into WFLR, you become eligible for delegation rewards. If you then take your wrapped and delegated FLR. Wait, let me make sure I say that right. I want to make sure I say this right. $100 worth of flare. Wrap it, you become eligible for flare drops. So the $100 is now eligible for flare drops, right? You wrap and then delegate it, and now you're eligible for delegation rewards as well. Same $100. You take that same $100, go to SparkDex or Scepter, and you stake that in Scepter, which is a liquid staking. All of these come with risk. Smart contract risk, new protocol risk. Don't get it twisted. The risks are still there. Don't have to chase the gain with $10,000. You can let the gain come to you over a period of time. As they prove themselves to you, you can up the ante. That's what I did. I'm not in a hurry. Right? I'm not in a hurry. So anyway, $100 of FLR, wrap it, you become eligible for flare drops. Delegate that $100 of FLR, delegate that wrap FLR, you become eligible for delegation rewards. Take the same $100 over to SparkDex, swap it to SFLR. Now you're getting the staking, liquid staking rewards from Scepter, or you can go directly to Scepter during their open period for staking. I don't know if it's still open. I think it might be a day or so left. Okay. And stake it. Now you have SFLR. Still earning all the other stuff and the APY from being Scepter FLR. Then you can take that same $100 and go over to Kinetics, the lending and borrowing platform on Flare Networks, and just lend it. Again, smart contract risk, blockchain risk, right? Project risk. Risk is still there. They don't go away. Risk is still there. If it's new, it's new. If it hasn't been tested, stress tested, hack tested, it's still risky. Don't matter what it is, still risky. We don't know. So you have to proceed accordingly with that kind of stuff. You got to proceed. I don't do 100% of everything in everything, even though it's very tempting with wrapping that stuff, right? So in any case, over there and lend it out and getting all those rewards, just lending, getting it's like at least 3 or 4. It's pretty cool. No, flare drops not going to last for forever, but they are going to last for over a year. Again, it's $100. I get it. I don't think that SUI has some outstanding better opportunity to 10, 20, 30x than FLR does. I don't think that. It's about the same opportunity, about the same, right? No, there's no one's got some slight edge. We're all going to be participating in the bull run when you get the M2 liquidity coming in and the global liquidity, and China's doing what they're doing. All that stuff is happening, right? But, the flywheel thing is real right now. I don't know what all is going on in the SUI economy. The SUI, I don't know if they got a liquid staking. I don't know if they got, to be fair, I don't know if they got a liquid staking. I don't know if they got some rewards for doing some stuff. I don't know. I just know in this season, this is what's going on. And we're all trying to get the best bang for our buck. And we're talking, and in my view, this is not a slouch. What Flare Networks is doing, what they're doing is different. It's game changing. They have to make it work. FTO's got to work. FTSO's got to work. These Enshrine Oracle's got to work. FAsset's got to work. Right? All that stuff has to work. Boy, I like it. I like it. Alex Cheats in the building. What's going on, bro? Shelby says, I've been delegating FLR since Epoch 1. How about that? Me too, my friend. I spent about 6 weeks staking. Got out of the staking thing. Got out of the staking thing. So, you just got to do the math and understand what it is with the numbers, and do your homework and be involved in the ecosystem to know that you know, Flare Networks is gaining traction, and it has a shot to be that one blockchain for data. And if data is what they believe it is, if it, if it is what they believe it is to be, number one, poorly served, and number two, massively important, Flare Networks is just winning that game. That doesn't mean that I would change my 10% portfolio weight. It just means that Flare, the FLR token, is going to be in that 10% bag. You know? You know what I mean? And by the way, I'm still doing the same thing. Me personally in the crypto seizure zone, I'm going back to the old ethos of 2016, 2017 for digital assets, which is the reason why we're owning all these altcoins is to get more Bitcoin. I'm still doing that. Still doing that. I still will be cashing out a significant amount of altcoins into Bitcoin, well, into stables, and then, waiting for Bitcoin to do its thing. It's going to do its thing, it's going to do that thing. Get back down to 75, 80 and get more. That's what my plan is. I know it's coming back. I know it's coming back down. I know it's going to, I'm confident of about 140 to 200 BTC. That's where I kind of am. And I'll have those stables on the side, taking advantage of the wind moons for altcoins that just during that wind moon period outpace Bitcoin. And I'll do stables and waiting for the BTC purchase. That's what I'm going to do. It's really easy now. The formula is set now for me as far as I'm concerned. It's just a matter of paying attention to the cycles. And I got my voice of value, my community where I go to study that cycle, to understand where that cycle is. And then when it's there, it's not really signals, it's just understanding the cycle. And since I'm in that and studying that and learning that, I'll know when to take stables and what's going to be my best price for BTC in 2026, going into 2027. I'll know. Not the bottom. Just knowing where we are in the cycle and then divvying out some of the stables to get some of that BTC, because I know where we are in the cycle, in the business cycle, in the 4-year business cycle. That's it. No, whatever. No, whatever. And then, how much of my FLR I'm gonna keep? How much of my Solana am I going to keep? I feel like, I got to give FLR a shot. What's it going to do after 2026, after the flare drops? What kind of, if any, year-over-year return is it going to produce? I gotta give it a shot, right? Gotta see, right? If it happens to get some numbers, this new project, then you hold more of it because you're getting year-over-year return on it. Right now we just got 3: Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin. Right now, and Maker, that would be 4. Right now, not my numbers. I didn't make them up. Those are the numbers: 40 to 50% Bitcoin, 75% Ethereum, 250% Solana. That's what it is. It is what it is. It could change. Solana could get down to 75%. Ethereum could get down to 40%. But right now, in the broader, in Makers, I think 50%. In the broader thing, this is what it is. I'm just taking advantage of that. In other words, value to hold it. Value to hold it. Right? Where are those places and those assets where it's valuable to hold it? It's valuable to hold it. It's long-term project and it's valuable to hold it. My guy, Taiki, is like, Aave just got this new thing called the fee switch. And Uniswap's getting ready to flip theirs as well. What is that doing? It's giving the holder of the token more value accrual. Okay, cool. I think one day, pay me an FXRP, we're really going to get to that point of what is it? You know, the 1%, getting to that point of holding the 1% of the assets. The 1% of the layer ones, maybe even the 1% of the layer twos. The 1% in RWA, the 1% in AIs, the 1% in gaming. And meme coins, right? I think the only thing that may eventually fade away is is meme coins. I don't think layer ones and layer twos are going anywhere. I for sure know DeFi ain't going anywhere. So if they're going to be around, if DeFi is going to be around and layer ones are going to be around long term, and if the AI play is, I don't know, going to be around, and if the gaming play is going to be around, owning the 1% just makes sense. Doesn't mean that you don't go down the risk curve with, you know, with the 10%. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's just protecting the downside with the 1%, protecting the downside. And if you want exposure to the other stuff that might do greater excess, it just made sense to me in my brain. Okay, I'm just going to put that in a 10% bag. When I get $1,000, $900 over here, in those 3 or 4 Bitcoin, ETH, Solana maker, $100 in currently AI, gaming, RWAs, meme coins. Currently, that might change. You don't know if the narrative is going to. Meme coins might be gone. Then you take that out of the 10% bag. And what's the other narrative going on right now? RWAs might displace meme coins. You never know. Because I think the order right now is meme coins, AI RWAs in terms of grabbing market share, creating attention, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. So, you never know. I think RWAs are going to displace, I think they're going to, in terms of narratives, eventually flip AI and gaming in terms of narratives. Yeah. What's going on, Devon? Steve, how are you, my friend? Payment FXP said here and accounted for live from South Dakota. Oh, nice, man. Appreciate you checking in. Let's go over this madness. I don't know what's going on with the SEC. I mean, everybody was on them today. Stuart Alvarado was on them. Metal Man was on them. It's just, I don't know, man. What the world? You got Congress writing letters. What a just a sham. What an embarrassment. Poor guy got hoodwinked and bamboozled by Elizabeth Warren just so you can get what? Because she's got the pull to get you some treasury job or something? I don't know. Sad. In any case, Paul Grewal, who's the chief legal officer over there, kind of chief counsel at Coinbase, said this. The SEC regrets, this is in the footnotes, if you will, in the court case for, I believe, Binance. The SEC regrets any confusion it may have invited. Regrets any confusion it may have invited by falsely and repeatedly stating that tokens themselves are securities. That's a massive admission of, that's massive. I don't know who's going to do some suing, but doesn't it feel like some people are going to be doing some suing against the SEC for harm? It just feels like, I don't know, but it feels that way. Paul Grewal goes on to say, this is remarkable representation in footnote 6 of the SEC's amended complaint against Binance. It is Binance. He says, I hope Stuart Already is getting some good sleep tonight. His head's about to explode when he wakes up and sees this. And I'll say it again. Somehow, ETH transactions have changed a meaningful way that the 10 crypto assets have not so as to avoid the agency's clutches. How, says Paul Grewal. That's apparently for the SEC to know and the rest of us to find out only if and when we are sued. Last point of the night, that SEC absolutely maintain that tokens themselves are securities is clear from the long record of their regulation by enforcement campaign. Why mislead the court? Jake Chervinsky said, sorry, what? I mean, the SEC, says Paul Grewal, literally claimed XRP itself is a security in paragraph 1 of their complaint against Ripple. It is shameless. Stuart already responded to this with post from Paul with this here. So the SEC finally admits, one, crypto asset security is a made-up term. Made-up term. Billions lost with this lawsuit. Anyway, and two, to prove a crypto asset security is an investment contract, the SEC needs evidence of a bundle of contracts, expectations, and understandings. Think it's time for the SEC to admit it has become a twisted pretzel of contradictions. Don't worry, I've updated your logo for you. Oh man, all this just to get a job. Just to get a job, bro. Just to get the blessing. Or, a job in an administration, which you still might not get. Brutal. This is incredible, says Metal Man. The SEC says it regrets any confusion it may have invited by inventing the term crypto asset security. But this was the logical and foreseeable consequence when they embarked on a make it up as you go along enforcement strategy. Where's the apology for destroying American companies, damaging our reputation for innovation, and crushing U.S. investors? That is it right there, fam. Metal Man James Murphy, I see you, bro. I see you. Should I cover this scams thing? This scams dude, I just don't. I don't trust him as far as I can throw him. He leverages the XRP community, but he went in on the whole PolySign disaster, and he wants to blame what he calls the shillers, which was Brad Kimes and what he calls the shillers, which were Brad Kimes and what's the other guy's name? The digital asset investor. So scams put this out. While Brad Kimes may think I am a piece of garbage human being, I have been trying to assist people who were hurt and being tricked into investing in PolySign. I don't know how much of that is true or not. What I'm saying is there is zero chance of me believing that this guy has some heartfelt, thing for XRP holders. No, not buying it. Not buying it. And yes, Brad Kimes can be named in a class action lawsuit, being a being an Apollo team member of Link2. Who shilled us? Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I mean, I don't know what an Apollo team member is. All I know is I made my point about times when I said that it was disingenuous to the XRP community to talk more about I Trust Capital and freaking Link2 and about 150-to-1 ratio to XRP, and I would say more so Flare as well. Flare is going to be a big value add to XRP. Like, to me, that's a disservice. Absolutely a disservice. Companies are companies, right? Link2 is a company. I Trust Capital, right? A company trying to win and do their thing, right? Out there in the marketplace, right? Right. And if you can't tell the good, bad, and ugly because you're on some thing, I don't know what a Apollo team member is. You got to be able to speak the truth. You got to be able to tell the good, bad, and ugly. And you can't say that people are being negative because they share the bad and the ugly as well, not just the good. And that's going to be this guy's downfall. He doesn't know it. Unfortunately, he doesn't know. What else? Let me see if I got any more on this SEC thing. James Murphy put this out. I mentioned this last night in a live stream. He got this little Bitcoin challenge going on, man. He got a little Bitcoin challenge. Let me get to the chat, see who all checked in. Did you guys see this from Meta Lawman? Rick is in the building. How are you, my friend? Meme coins may not leave, although I do like them. Some of the meme coins are community coin, kind of like your favorite sports team. Yep, exactly. And that means community is massive, Rick. Appreciate you checking in. Devon Steve says, confusion. They openly said they believe nearly all tokens were securities. It's lies. This damn lies. Guys, do me a favor, hit that like button on the way in. If you didn't do so yet, no worries. Just collapse the chat. Go back and smash the like. They come back and hang out with the Crypto Season fam. We always like to have just as many likes as we got viewers in the streams. And oh, by the way, if you happen to be listening to, watching, and checking out the Crypto Season, you've been enjoying those hangouts, please consider subscribing to the channel. We got about 50% of people who are doing that, who have not subscribed yet. And you could do your part from changing that number down from 50% to about 25% by just hitting that subscribe button right now. We appreciate that. Gensler, the Fauci of the financial world, says Devon Steve. Jack A says, can Ripple, the company, do anything about them making things up? I don't know. But I just got a feeling. I just feel like there's going to be some suits from it. I don't know. The reason why they went after a lot of smaller companies is, probably they don't have the resources to come back at them. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. Little Bitcoin challenge here from Meta Lawman. He says, James Murphy says, announcing the Bitcoin for Deaton challenge. I just contributed 1 Bitcoin, so that's $56,000, to defeat Senator Warren and elect John Deaton for Senate. Now I'm challenging the Bitcoin community, particularly the whales, to please stand up for freedom and contribute to hashtag Bitcoin for Deaton in the next 7 days. The Winklevosses have generously stepped up and contributing 8 Bitcoin each. We urgently need other leaders in the Bitcoin space to contribute and amplify. Nice. Good for you, bro. Why is it important for Bitcoiners to respond to the Bitcoin for Deaton challenge? Do these issues matter to you? Freedom, privacy, right to self-custody, right to POW mining in the U.S. I stand with United States Marine Corps Major John Deaton because I know he will fight for these basic freedoms. How do I contribute to the Bitcoin for Deaton, to the Commonwealth Unity Fund Super PAC? It's easy. You can contribute Bitcoin through the Gemini portal right here. Gemini's portal. Okay, anyway, right there. Policy, cryptodonations.com. Okay. It literally only takes 2 minutes. Yesterday, it literally took me 2 minutes yesterday to contribute 1 Bitcoin through the Gemini portal. Nice. Can Deaton win? Heck yeah. In 6 months, John went from zero name recognition in Massachusetts to win the GLP primary with 65% of the vote. And he talks about John's personal story. What's so urgent about contributing now? There are just 54 days left to the election. It is literally now or never. Nice. So, guys, if you can do that here, any little bit help. It's interesting that what he's calling out, he's asking and reaching out to, primarily the whales out there. He tagged Draper and Scaramucci and Brian Armstrong and Pompliano. A lot of these guys like to hold on to their stuff, not do anything. But surely they see the value in removing, I should say, Elizabeth Warner from Congress. Surely they see that value. So let me repost that. So anyway, I did want to note here before I get into our favorite. This is video here with Brad Kimes interviewing or link to introducing Brad Kimes to interview Jack McDonald. Look, startups come and go. That's kind of the way it is in that world there. And I don't trust scams at all. To try to come off as you're trying to be some value add or savior to the XRP holder, I do not believe that at all. Absolutely at all. Don't believe it. But a lot of people let him come in their spaces, and I just think he's a wolf in sheep's clothing. Personally, my personal thing of him. So in terms of the XRP holder, I could care less about anything else about that dude, but I do not think that he is here to save the XRP holder or help them, protect them from harm. No shot of that. No shot of that. All right. So what else we got? We got some Flare numbers. Ha ha! I love that. All right. So I'm going to get rid of some of this stuff here. I'm going to get rid of that I went over. I'm going to get rid of this Stewart out already slamming the SEC. Yeah. All right, get rid of this middle lawman, get rid of the scams thing. I don't want to listen to Brad Kimes, so I'm not gonna play that video. Flare Networks, here it is. Friday the 13th, not so unlucky for Flare Networks. Thanks to your support, we just hit a new all-time high of 15.58 million TBL with 115 million wrapped ETH, 1.5 million bridged USDC, 1.4 million USTC bridged to Flare via Stargate. Well, how about that? Let's go. Good stuff. Congrats. Oh, so here's some news from Kinetic as well. I wanted to share. The borrow caps, I'm sure that borrow cap is toast. But the borrow caps for USDC and USDT have been raised. As usual, we expect these new caps will be quickly met. Please understand this is a temporary stage in the beginning of an incentivized lending and borrowing protocol. Thank you. Like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. I know I tried to borrow early on. I know that. But man, I'm so glad I shored up the position. Now I can again take some of that cash flow and get some FLR tokens, man. I'm just, yeah. I haven't written off the ones in the Celsius network debacle yet. I did get my claim for it into the court documents, so that has to be heard. That has to be dealt with. But it's not on my schedule, right? It's not on my schedule. So it's, it's not a lot, but it is, it's a lot. So I don't mind taking some dirty nasty fiat and getting more FLR. So thank God I can. So How many of you guys were able to borrow some USDC or USDT on Kinetic? Anybody? Anybody? Let's go here or stop the share real quick. Any guys able to do that? Anybody able to do that? Let me know. Anybody? What about you, Payment FXRP? Are you hanging out on Kinetic, man? You liking it over there? This is Friday Night Vibes. So, by the way, I should have said that. I should have mentioned that. You can ask anything. We can hang out and talk about anything. Oh, this interview. It's interesting. How Chain Analysis did an interview with Hugo Filion, Santiago Velez. I guess he's like CEO and founder of X DeFi protocol. Says must watch when Chain Analysis is recognizing the power of the FTSO's on Flare network for trustless data governance. It's time to pay attention. Now, I got this little, if you guys want to check out this interview, Moonchaser says, it's a great interview, and yes, we are paying attention. Hash Adventure said, this was a great high-quality interview by a deeply informed host. It's available on YouTube. It is Spotify and iTunes podcasts. Well worth the listen. Ian Andrews, who is he? CMO at Chain Analysis. Okay. And appeared to come away with the sincere appreciation of Flare's capabilities. Yeah. I told you guys the thing that really made the wheel spin for me is when Hugo Filion was being interviewed by Charlie Shrem, OG in Bitcoin, smart guy. And in interviewing Hugo, same thing. He just got that blown away look like, what? You're doing what? Yeah, and it was, when those guys do that, like the OGs who understand the tech and the promise of tech and stuff like that, not that they're CTOs, but they understand that thing. If you can get this thing to do it and you can solve this problem by doing that, Charlie Shrem is one of those dudes, OG in Bitcoin, right? And he had Charlie's head spinning. So before I share some of this interview, let me see if any of you guys have done some stuff on Kinetic. Jack says, I'm only on FTSO. So that means you're only delegating your FLR tokens, correct? Devon Steve says, I've only staked Jewel on Kinetic. I don't understand this borrowing, slant, leveraging stuff. So, Devon Steve. So, yeah, I got it. So remember, lending your asset is not staking, but it's similar to it, right? It's similar to it. You lend your assets, and if you lend $100 of USDC, and Kinetic has $1 million of USDC that's being lent, they now have $1,100,000 of USDC. And what happens is people come to Kinetic and they borrow USDC, and part of your USDC is part of that pool. That's how people can swap into USDC. That's how people, whatever, that's on whatever, right? And because it's all peer-to-peer, it's everyone contributing. It's very, 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 very similar to what I do in traditional financial world with dividend paying cash value policies. It's a pool of money from people vested in the project, in the platform. And they pay you for that. It's generally not much, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7%. Generally, every now and then you'll find some more riskier plays where they are lending out 10%. Or they're giving you 10% to lend your stuff there. But that's what that is. That's all it is. And you don't have to borrow. Borrowing requires another set of skills because you now then have to manage that position. You have to manage it. But it's really a really simple thing to do. I do a lot of lending and borrowing, lots. It's very, very simple to do. I used to hang out on Aave a ton. I used to hang out on Banky as well. With not a lot of money on Banky, but I used to hang out there as well, out in the Avalanche thing. Big fans of Wan Chain and what Wan Chain got going on over there. So it's just for me, I love it because it's a peer-to-peer thing where I can go and get access to capital again in DeFi without having to sit or go to some bank and sit, at a desk with some dude asking me 50 million questions to see if I'm deserving of his money or their money, which is really our money. Well, it's technically our money. As soon as you deposit, it becomes theirs. But they're using the depositor's money to loan to me, right? So if I go to a bank to kind of get a loan, it's other people who deposit that money. That gives them the right to be able to lend. They just hyperinflate that money, by 10 to do it. Rick says I lent out our FLR. You did? On Kinetic? Where'd you lend out your rewards FLR, Rick? My guy, Steve, small business doctor, he's getting on me about this SFLR jewel pool. He's like, dude, what you doing, bro? It's like, bro, what are you doing? He's getting on me about like, bro, what you doing? You better hop on these rewards while you can. Rick says on Kinetic, linked out our FLR, and I have you and Steve to thank. Okay, cool. So thank you, Steve. You helped me out a lot. You're welcome, Rick. You're welcome. Yeah, and again, you don't have to borrow. So again, lending it out is not the same as staking. That's a different thing. Staking comes with some other stuff and or risk. But that's what you're doing. And I like that. Yeah, I like that. It's the same thing that I do in the traditional financial world. Technically, with my dividend paying policies, when I borrow against it, I'm guaranteed to be able to borrow, but it's insurance is based upon, especially the whole life insurance thing. That's right. Who are the policyholders are the owners of the insurance company. It's a group of people pooling money together. That's what it is. It's a group of people pooling money together. Nice. All right. So let's you guys want to check out some of this interview? I haven't listened to it. Let's check out this interview from Hugo again. Evolving as a CEO. And I respect that. I respect that journey of becoming a CEO, going on that journey as a CEO. It's not going to get everything right. He's not going to be likable to everybody. He's just learning some stuff, right? Doesn't mean he's right about everything for sure. But he's taking up that challenge. It's not easy to do. I got to give him props for that. All right. So I just went to a consensus thing here. But someone said it's on YouTube. So let me see if I can see YouTube channel. What we got going on here? Host, speaker. Let's see here. Oh, that's the transcript. Jeez. Let's see if they got their YouTube channel here. Get out of here. That's the transcript. I don't see their YouTube channel. It'd have been nice to just check it out on YouTube. If you guys find that link, put a YouTube link, that would be good. All right, so that's the transcript. Let's see.
The biggest issue I have is that there's billions being spent on infrastructure trying to achieve higher performance decentralized compute. But if your data isn't decentralized, there's very limited reason to use decentralized compute to feed centralized data into decentralized compute. That calculus doesn't stack up.
Hello, and welcome to Public Key. This is your host, Ian Andrews. When I say the word oracle, you might imagine the classical Greek priestesses, like the oracle at Delphi. Oracles were thought to be portals through which the gods spoke directly. But of course, this podcast is about the world of crypto. And here in this modern context, the word oracle has taken on new meaning. Oracles in the blockchain context connect off-chain data to blockchain transactions. In this episode, I speak with the co-founder and CEO of Flare Network, Hugo Filion. Flare is a new layer one blockchain that's prioritized decentralization and enshrined oracles natively into the node architecture. During our conversation, Hugo shares his journey from the high-pressure world of hedge fund trading to blockchain and explains why he sees an increasing need for decentralized data in an industry that heavily relies on information from data providers. We go deep on Flare's architecture and how that enables cost-effective and secure data oracles, while being sure to differentiate the Flare solution from alternatives that Hugo describes as potentially vulnerable due to lack of decentralization. Hugo even explains how KYC and AML can be integrated by developers building on Flare and how important regulation is to move the industry forward. After the episode, I encourage you to check out our mid-year crypto crime report, where the team looks into topics that include China-based CSAM and cybercrime networks and how pig butchering scams remain lucrative. Our research team compiled some amazing findings. Now, on to the episode. Today, I'm joined by Hugo Filion, who is co-founder at Flare and CEO of Flare Labs. Hugo, welcome to the show.
Hey, Ian, thanks for having me.
Hugo, I'm fascinated to learn about Flare Labs. It's a big project. Maybe, since I'm guessing many of our listeners haven't heard of that before, we can start with just a brief overview of what you're building at Flare.
Absolutely. We're building what we think of as the best platform for data in the space. Flare, as a network, is an EVM layer one, and it's the first network to have enshrined oracles integrated into the network itself. And so those are oracles for prices, oracles for Web 2 proofs, oracles for Web 3 proofs. So this allows developers to build very feature-rich applications which get their data directly from the network in a highly decentralized and heavily secured way.
It sounds really exciting. I want to dive in. I have so many questions about the technical details, but before we jump to that, tell us a little bit about your background. How did you find yourself in this world of blockchain and cryptocurrency?
So I was a trader at a number of two hedge funds. I was a trader of derivatives, primarily commodity derivatives. And I sort of got to the point in my career where 2016, where I decided I really didn't want to continue in that career. I felt frustrated. I felt bored. I didn't like having to chase returns. It can be quite soul destroying, especially when you don't feel like you're really building anything. I also didn't want to turn into most of the other people in my office, a sort of middle-aged alcoholic on their third wife. I thought I'd leave, and I did. And I went back to university to study machine learning.
Okay, I've heard this interview before.
And how did you go from machine learning into the world of blockchain and crypto? That doesn't seem like necessarily a natural evolution, but I don't think anyone finds themselves in this industry on a straight line path.
So I was interested in statistics. I suppose my undergrad was primarily risk management and financial engineering. So I had a strong background in statistics, simulation, modeling, that kind of stuff, very close to machine learning. So as a thing to go and have a study, machine learning was a very interesting and highly related aspect to, I suppose, my undergrad and a lot of the work I was doing whilst I was at a number of funds. And so I didn't really want to go into machine learning, AI, after studying, because arguably at that time and still to this day, AI and ML is really the preserve of very large tech organizations. And whilst crypto focuses on decentralizing banks and governments as their centralizing forces, really tech companies are also very heavy centralizing forces. And not wanting to go back into straight out of the frying pan and into the fire, I really didn't want to go directly to AI. And secondly, really at the time then, and again, I would say still to this day, despite the advances and the hype in AI as it is today isn't that useful. I need to be careful what I say, but it's not that useful. that there are not that many mission critical things that you would want to use AI for. It's still barely early. And there's a number of reasons for this, from siloing of useful data within large and medium-sized companies that can't and don't use the data, to the complexities of being able to rely on the outputs of singular probabilistic models for mission critical tasks. I think the use of blockchain to improve aspects of AI is real and could have a fundamental effect on the usefulness of AI in the future. We couldn't claim to be thinking about that back then, but I'm very glad I went into blockchain and not directly into AI.
I think it's an astute observation. This idea of, I've spent a lot of time thinking about recently, is sort of the verifiability of data in a world where the marginal cost to create real seeming data, whether it's video or audio or textual information, has sort of gone to zero. It starts to make sense to have, systems that can verify.
Okay, so this is on YouTube. I can't remember the YouTube channel, but we did watch this as well. That was a really good interview. I remember I was working out and listening to that.
Systems that can verify authenticity and point of creation in a technically provable way.
So there it is there on Spotify. For sure, if you want to check that out. It's the public key, I guess. I don't know if that's the YouTube channel. Let's see if that's the YouTube channel. I don't know what I just did there. Cryptography. I guess that's just a podcast name. But anyway, that was a very, very good, good interview. I don't know why, but I didn't know that was the people from Chainalysis who did the interview. At least some of the people from there. Pookie says Hugo knows what he's talking about. Definitely. See, do you do calisthenics? No, I don't. I work out, I lift, and I walk. I'm trying to repair a knee. So I walk. I don't run any longer. I used to run. I used to be a big runner. But I'm trying to repair a knee. So got to build a knee up. Hips, glutes, knee, calves. To get that knee right. So that was a very, very good interview. I want to share something. I mean, this is only 54 seconds. I mean, they took out little bits and pieces from the interview. And then there were other people sharing some stuff from this interview as well. But again, I applaud the dude going on that journey as the CEO. I think it's awesome. That cap probably already got hit on Kinetics, but Dan Rocky's video. He talks about FAsset here in detail. Here's the YouTube link. Highly recommend you check it out. You want to level up, right? You want to know what it is that you hold. He has a YouTube channel. It's Dan Rocky on Flare. Oh, I'm not subscribed. And level up. He's talking about the different positions and stuff involved in the Flare FAsset system. Let's see. Let's take a listen.
Let's get started. What are FAssets? Yeah, before we jump into the roles, let's quickly understand what FAssets are. The FAsset system is on the Flare network that allows tokens from non-smart contract blockchains like Bitcoin and XRP to be used in DeFi applications. So it's basically like building a bridge between traditional cryptocurrencies and the existing world of decentralized finance. Now, let's meet the key players in this ecosystem. And there's a number of players. We have the agents, we have the users, and we're also going to talk about users as collateral providers. Then we have liquidators and challengers. But let's start with the agents. So the agents are the backbone of the FAsset system. Think of them as the bank of this digital world. So basically their role is to manage accounts holding underlying assets like Bitcoin or XRP. So they basically provide the main part of the collateral when users, they bridge their non-smart contract tokens from the source chain and onto Flare network. So agents, they also have the responsibility for repaying underlying assets during redemption. So if users, they want to come back from BTC.
I didn't realize I wasn't sharing. That's the Dan Rocky one, right? That's his YouTube channel. I forgot I wasn't sharing. I apologize for that. I'll put the link in the thing here for you guys because, you know, it's you want to level up. I'm going to listen to that probably on my either my walk tonight or tomorrow. I'll finish listening up to Dan, help educate, help me level up. Should we do some minting stuff? Minting and redeeming? Let's do that. Guys, got your Bifrost wallet, I hope. And you go to, you log in and you go to the bottom right icon and to go to advanced and put on developer mode. Let's see. Advanced developer mode. And then you go to this website here. I'll put it in the thing here. Put it in the chat for you guys. Jungle Link's in the building. What's good? Jungle, how are you, bro? Interesting video was that this morning. Interesting video about Ripple's pivot, Jungle. There's a link, guys, for the FAsset minting. I hope that you guys are minting and redeeming every single day. So there it is there. There's the link. You connect your wallet. Again, make sure you do what you need to do with that Bifrost wallet. Bottom right icon, gear, click it, go to advanced, change the developer mode to turn it on, and you will be good to go. Hold on a second. Someone told me I need to stop doing it. So let's do this. All right, so you connect your wallet, your Bifrost wallet to Songbird Constant, the XRPL testnet, and to the Bitcoin testnet. There it shows up there. All right, so let's go back here and share because sharing is fair. Sharing is fairing. I got to mint some freaking BTC, Pookie. I got to mint some of that with you as well. All right, so we got some XRP. Do I need to redeem? Let's see if I'm in some kind. Nope, don't need to redeem. All right. So let's mint some F-test XRP. If I can. All FSS are currently minted. What the? I don't know. Why is that saying that? I don't know why it's saying that. I don't know. I can't redeem any. And I can't mint any. I don't know why that is. Let me see something. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I don't need more testnet XRP. So I don't know. Is that over? Is that done with? Is the minting and redeeming for the XRP over and done with? You can't do it anymore? I don't know. But let's see if I can't mint some BTC. You can mint up to 45 lots. Let's mint 20. 20. I don't want to change the agent. What's the fee? 401716 BTC, 68 CFLR. It's 68 FLR to mint. So I'm going to do that. And again, this is all about helping Flare networks test, stress load the FAsset system, right? You want to be an active participator, right? You want to show up to the thing that's showing up for you. These people with making these excuses about not having time to do something, they don't understand. They don't understand. They don't understand what's going on here. They think this is just some little thing. Like, you don't understand, fam. You don't understand. Find some time, bro. Come on. Find some time. Netflix can wait. You don't have 5 minutes to support the thing that's supporting you? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. I love the way they got it laid out here like this as well. Minting some FBTC on this agent's person's Aku STSO. It's going to take a minute to do it, which is pretty cool. I don't know if I can X this out and it would continue or not, but it's going to take a while, apparently, like an hour and a half. Minting takes 4 steps in approximately an hour and 30 minutes. That's a minute right there. That's a minute. All right, so let me go to the chat, see what's good. Yeah. Jungle says just something to keep an eye out for. It might be nothing. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but it definitely it's certainly plausible. This whole idea of, they're pivoting in their way where they're going to be doing their payments. It makes sense. I try to tell people, I don't know, for years that the XRP holder is just not Ripple's main concern. Once you're mature enough to get that, life goes on. Life will go on. You don't have to be their number one concern to get value from whatever might be going on over there and that one entity on the XRPL. You don't have to be, right? We don't have to be number one. So just understand that. But I get your message loud and clear, and I will be holding my XRP through this run because I believe this run is still speculative and there's more access to retail. And let's just see what that speculative run is going to look like. But I personally don't think there's any bigger factor to the value of XRP, to the success of the XRPL, than Ripple X's liquidity incentive event. I don't think there's anything more important to the success of the XRPL than that. They have got to get it right. And I hope they've been paying attention to Flare and what they're doing. I hope that they've been paying attention. I hope, because their incentive event is working really, really well. I've done a ton of airdrop farming in different communities, and Flare is killing the game on what they're doing. A nice combination of encouraging participation, disincentivizing people trying to come in here and snatch up some goodies and run. They're doing a really, really good job of walking that very, very fine line. So hopefully Ripple X is paying attention. Hopefully they're paying attention. And also, not only to that, but check out Flare Network's synergy amongst their projects. It's pretty awesome. It's a nice little synergy going on there. I mean, these AMAs amongst themselves, these Twitter spaces amongst themselves, it's pretty awesome to see. Kinetic to SparkDex, Kinetic, whatever Enosis Global might be doing. It's pretty awesome. But you can't be a slouch project with bad intentions. And thus far, I don't see that. I see quality projects with good intentions from SparkDex and from Kinetics. Enosis Global, I'm not on that very much, but the project looks good. There's a lot of fans over there of that tokens on that platform as well. But it's a community synergy amongst the projects. I think it's important. I think it's hugely important. And I'm hoping that the likes of Anados Finance, Moy Finance, Orchestra, are paying attention to it, gaining some lessons from it. It's not about competition, it's about cooperation. I mean, don't get so caught up in grant money that you forget the bigger picture. So hopefully they will. Mastermind 5 says all the money will be on the ledger. Dai said that. I believe him. Dai. Come on, digital asset investor. Well, good for you, bro. I don't think Dai knows what he's talking about, but so Siege, don't forget you can delegate inside Flair's demo. I've been doing it and getting CFLR every day. Pookie, delegating? Are you delegating inside Flair's demo? What do you mean? Let's go figure out what he's talking about right here. Oh, I can't. Can I close this out and then continue, or if I X out? I think I can. Bifrost Wallet, this is a note here. Bifrost Wallet allows to speed up the transaction confirmation within the first hour after your minting request by setting a new higher network fee. Pookie, can I X out of here or no? Or do I need to open it up? No, that wouldn't work. So I can't exit out there to continue. Awesome. Or are you saying yes to something else? Let's see about this fee thing. I know my guy, Steve, showed us how to do this. How to speed up transactions. When you initiate transactions such as sending Bitcoin or minting FAsset, you will see a confirmed transactions rate. Tap on the network fee option, which is typically set to normal by default. Got it. All right, well, it's too late for that. I already X'd out of that transaction. Speeding up transaction. If your transaction is time sensitive and you need it to be confirmed faster, first ensure the transaction is still unconfirmed and not included in a block. Okay, you can check the status in the transaction history list on a block Explorer tab. Transaction you want to speed up. Okay, well, I think that's too late for all of that, though. That would have been nice. I think I don't want to hit that X if I didn't. Click the Pookie says click. All right, I'm gonna X out of here. What top buttons on them? What top buttons? So it says it is in progress. Okay. I don't see these buttons you're talking about. Pookie. I know you can provide liquidity. I like that. But I don't know what you do this delegating. And I've been providing liquidity over here. Hold on. You can accept a Wallet Connect session by scanning QR code. Okay, I don't know why that came up. Signature request. Mastermind 5 says Brad Kimes told us XRP will be the world reserve currency in one of his videos, so I bought more. Yeah, I hear you, bro. Pookie in your wallet. I've been doing this since the last demo. Click the three dots in the top right. Oh, okay, I got you. I got you. I see what you're saying now. That I can delegate. Oh, I got you. In the Bifrost wallet, you'll see your tokens. One of the tokens is Cost and Flare. I don't have any more Cost and Flare though. Or do I? No, I don't. Yeah. So you can delegate. Okay, so let me get some more first. I see what you're saying, bro. Thank you, Pookie. Yeah. Mastermind 5. Yeah, I hear you, my friend. It might be, good for you to kind of get to some conclusions on your own, as opposed to listening to others. Let's see. What do I want to do? I want to get some more CFLR. Pookie's been freaking delegating. Man, you are the one. All right, what happened to my original? There it is here. All right, so I want to, let me provide some liquidity first, but I want to get more CFLR also. Mint. Let's go here back to Mint. And let's get some more CFLR because I'm pretty sure I'm out. No, I got 178. Okay, but I think I can still get some more. So you click additional assets needed here. I'm on the minting part of the FAsset demo app. I can click get some CFLR here, but I need my wallet address. What the world? Where's my wallet address? Copy it. Go back here and paste it. And request some CFLR. So you can delegate. That's pretty cool, man. Sent some more CFLR. That's awesome. Let's see. Look how fast that shows up, man. Did it show up already? Yep. I had to refresh it, but there it is. So now only click on Cost. You can click on Cost and Flare in the wallet of your Bifrost app. Make sure it's in the developer mode. You'll see Cost and Flare. And you click on it, and then you click the top right, 3 buttons, and you can click Delegate. And I can delegate some wrap CFLR to gain vote power. What the world? That's interesting. I don't have any people to delegate to, though. I don't have any delegators. So let's first wrap some. Let's wrap let's wrap 100. All in your app. And then I gotta pick some people to delegate. Delegate your vote. Add delegation. Test provider 1, 2, and 3. Test provider 1. I'm gonna do 50. No, let's do 30%, 33 between each one. How about that? Let's go back. 3. Continue. I'm gonna do 33% between 3 of these test providers, Pookie. And to test provider 2, 33%. Continue. Thanks for sharing, Pookie. I appreciate that, bro. And then oh, you can only do 2? I thought you could do 3. Now, see, I screwed that up. Let's change that. I don't know why, but I thought you could do 3. Test provider 1 and 2 are going to get the gamut of these. You know how people are. %. Continue. All in the app, fam. All in the app, you can do that. close. Again, get your Bifrost wallet out, you sign in, you go to the bottom right icon, you go to advanced, you turn your regular Bifrost wallet and you put the developer mode on. Advanced, go to developer, enable that. You'll see your constant flare, your test XRP, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not going to be doing no auto claiming. Pretty cool. There it is there. That's a nice way to get some CFLR. You're going to wrap it and delegate it. Sweet. In addition to going to the FAsset, I guess. Pookie is the one. Pookie Wookie turning us on to the game here. Nothing. I still, Mastermind 5 says, Crypto C's 4 years, you used to promote XRP token. Nothing's changed. I still promote the XRP token, but I understand that what's mainly changed, I'll say this, is I understand how this works. It doesn't work. The value accrual for the asset XRP does not work because I'm an XRP influencer, or because Brad is an influencer, or because Digital Asset Investor is an influencer, or Crypto Eddie, or Jungle Inc., or Mickey B. Fresh. That's not what's going to change it. What's going to change it, which is why I'm here, is network adoption of the blockchain. Got to create network adoption of the blockchain. In other words, the XRPL needs to go on the network adoption curve, which is made up of daily active users and awesome products for people to use. You got to figure out a way to garner attention to begin a journey of creating network adoption. Ripple, the one company, went on their own journey to do it. Hasn't worked. It hasn't worked, let's say it this way, it hasn't worked as well as other ecosystems. Let's say that. It hasn't worked as well as others. So while being on the journey since 2017 for XRP in the digital asset space in 2016, I've discovered what creates network adoption. There's a formula. It's out there for everyone. That's why Ripple pivoted about 18 to 24 months ago and decided to do things on-chain as opposed to off-chain. They've decided to bring their potential customers onto the chain to promote network adoption. Get some TVL, promote network adoption, garner some attention, promoting network adoption, going on the journey of going up and to the right of the network adoption curve. Every blockchain has to do that. Every layer one has to do it without exception. Everyone. If you don't have it, you don't have it. It's not an accident that Solana bypassed XRP. It's not an accident. It was intentional. 100% intentional, because they know the formula. And the projects know the formula. Right? Because in the end, as holders, in whatever limited participation we can have as investors, we'd like to see the value of that asset garner accrual, garner value accrual. That's why we're here. It certainly is one of the reasons why we're here. And hopefully we can find a project that we love, that's near and dear to us, that we're willing to participate in every single day for years. The XRPL does not have that right now. Doesn't have that project that the average everyday Joe and Jane can participate on every day. Jungle said this years ago. I disagreed with him back then. It's like, what are you talking about, bro? He's right. There is no thing that we want to use every single day. And it needs that. Now, you could say what the reason is. There's no smart contracts and the SEC. You could say all of that, and it could be true. It doesn't change whether or not you're going up and to the right on the adoption curve for your blockchain. Right? So it's time for us to accept the truth of the matter. The truth of the matter. Ripple has. This is the truth. This is how it works. Right? You can't blame the SEC. If you could, why is Telegram doing what it's doing? If the SEC is the demise of it all, why is Telegram and the open network doing what it's doing? Right? Those things, my friend, like the SEC and smart contracts or not having smart contracts, those things are called the wins. And like my mentor used to say to me, the same winds blows on us all. The winds are not exclusive to Ripple and the XRPL and the digital asset XRP. The same winds blows on us all. But what it is what it is. It's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and Maker. That's what it is. The layer one's got to go out there and participate for market share and figure out the best strategies to go up and to the right of the adoption curve. The daily active users, I just went over the traction report for the XRPL weekly traction report from XP Markets, the CEO over there. Those numbers were alarming. It's not my numbers. Nobody's waking up in the morning and or getting up in the first thing in the morning and meditating for lack of XRPL traction. Everybody wants to make this excuse about we're waiting on regulation. Why didn't Solana wait on regulation? Like, what regulation do you need? You got to accept it for where it is. We can't go from where we wanted to be. We were number last, bro, in digital daily active users. Number last. It's been around longer than all of them. The XRPL is the second blockchain, excluding all them Bitcoin forks when they happen. It's the second one, second to the game. We did not embrace and capture the formula for network adoption. That's the bottom line. It's not the end of the world, but we didn't do that. It doesn't matter how awesome the technology is if there's no one on it. That's the reality. And I just think it's, we once we realize what it is, then we adjust accordingly. Not arguing about why the sun or contemplating about why the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. Why did the SEC choose us and not Ethereum? Why did they come after us and not Ethereum? How did the SEC let Bill Hemmett? It happened, bro. It happened. And it looks like unless Empower Oversight keeps going down that thing, and unless the people from Bow Hill are going to take up this mantle, Ripple's done with it. As far as I can see, it looks like to me they're moving on. They like, man, there's more important things to figure out. We got to get on this network adoption curve. If you and I know about the XRPL traction report and those alarming numbers, they know too. That's what they need to be working on. Thank God they got some breathing room. I mean, no one's here to say that lawsuit was not damaging. It was damaging. It was massively damaging. But as investors, we got to adjust. We have to adjust to what's going on. If I have an asset that has this cloud on title and I'm here to try to create wealth and generational wealth, and the only asset in my portfolio is that, I don't know. How do you explain that to the missus? That you haven't adjusted, pivoted, added to, expanded the portfolio. Are you going to reference Brad Kimes and Digital Asset Investor? Or are you going to adjust accordingly? I've adjusted accordingly. That's why I say my last chance is Ripple X's liquidity incentive event. In other words, what are they doing to incentivize people to come on the XRPL, build on the XRPL, and stay on the XRPL? What are they going to do about that? That's what I want to see. Yeah, so I hope that answers your question, Mastermind 5. So what else do I want to do here? I wanted to Keyless Pookie turn us on to how to delegate your CFLR in the freaking Bifrost wallet. Did you see that? That's cray. That was sweet. That was sweet. So we did some minting. Let me see what's going on here with this minting I did. I don't know if it went through, if I stopped it. I don't know. I guess it's still taking some time. So let's provide some liquidity. Are you guys doing liquidity as well? And again, there's a lot of people on this channel who are big time fans of Flare. I'm still not, that doesn't change my portfolio strategy of 90% Bitcoin, ETH, Solana Maker, and 10% other stuff. It's not changing that. I'm not changing that. I just understand that it's going to be part of my 10% bag. And it is part of my 10% bag. All right, so let's see. As much as I love it, they still got to prove themselves out. What? Flare Network hasn't proved themselves out yet. They got to still go out there and win the game. That asset still got to work. It's got to work. That FTSO thing still got to work. We don't know about congestion yet, or stress load. We don't know yet. It's not a given. It's not a given. All right. So your position. I still haven't gotten any rewards. So it's like, what's going on with my rewards? See, view the pools. Is the rewards coming soon? Is that what that is? All right, so like I tried to add another pool and I felt like it didn't work. So there's my little thing there. Do I want to deposit more into the same one or spread them out? Let's see. 40% reward pool rewards, 40, 60%. USDC Flare, ETH Flare, Tether Flare. I used to look at the TVO and the mint count. 38, 191, 60. 191 here. If I deposit, do I want to do that? Nope. Let's do 99. Let's do 100. I'm trying to, nope, I won't be able to. 100. It's the fee 1%. What the world? All right, let's do that. Was that in and out? I'm wondering if that is in and out. 1% in and 1% out. All right. 100 CFLR. Deposit that in there. Bifrost wallet was really, really good. So I deposited some liquidity in a separate pool. Like I would think that the second pool would show up here like it used to do that. Let me refresh. It would show, I mean, I know this is a dashboard. We all know it's still beta. but it would show both liquidity pools that I were in. Let's see if it does it here. Yeah, I don't know what's going on now. Oh, there it is. Shows two. Shows the two liquidity pools that I'm in. Again, this is beta stuff, right? We're here to help. We're providing the service, helping Flare networks test out their the FAsset system, right? We're here to help mint, redeem, provide liquidity, and they're rewarding us for our active participation. Some of the people that are going to come here and get involved are going to stay. Not all of them, but some of them are going to come. Some of them are coming for what they think is their airdrop farming, trying to get some FLR. Sure. But some are going to stay, just like I stayed in the Solana ecosystem. I went there because they had some nice airdrop farming liquidity incentive events, and I ended up staying. Now I'm a big fan of Jupiter Exchange, big fan of Camino. I like MarginFi, big fan of Marinate, right? Drift Protocol is about to change the game. Like I swear, I don't know. Drift Protocol is changing the game over there. Got some big time backers going on over there as well. Drift Protocol got their own token. Solana's version of poly markets. They're doing stuff over there. Everyone thinks Solana's meme coins. The people that don't understand what's going on. They're going up and to the right of the network adoption curve. Doesn't matter that they got a lot of meme coin stuff going on. They're garnering attention. That's what you got to do. You got to garner some attention. Of course, you got to educate the risks of meme coins. Of course. But once people have enough of the meme coins, they're going to go out into the ecosystem. Why? Because when they got on there, it was fast. It was easy. It was quick. It was inexpensive. So they'll go check out Blaze. They'll go check out Marinate. They'll go check out MarginFi. They'll go check out Camino. They'll go check out the Jupiter Exchange. But you got to first garner attention. It's like we do it in business. It's marketing. Right? That's what they're doing. That's what these liquidity incentives events about. It's about marketing. It's about garnering attention. Ripple's efforts were misplaced. They realize that now. They pivoted. They've somewhat pivoted. They're still catering institutions, but at least they're coming on chain. At least they're coming on chain. So I did some mint and redeem, and I feel good. I provided some liquidity. I feel good. What about you guys? You guys feel good about that? Well, we'll see if we guys want to look into Spark Decks. I'm here to stay for a bit. It's Friday. Thanks, Gary says, what's going on? Thanks, Gary. Much love, Siege. Speaking facts. Thank you, my friend. Beautifully stated, Siege, says Keyless. Thank you, Keyless. The Muskegon aristocrat is in the building. How are you, bro? Have you heard of Titan X? I feel like I have heard of Titan X, Muskegon aristocrat. What is it? I feel like I have heard of that, though. Triple G Fats Vet is in the building. What's going on, bro? How many of you guys? Well, Keela says we kind of stayed because of the FLR, which was Spark back in the day, airdrop for our XRP. Yeah. Flare did their little thing, right? Garnered attention, started out with the XRP community. They broadened it to other communities, which I think was absolutely massively important. Very, very smart to do. And we stayed around, hung around, got that FLR, was like, yeah, okay. Appreciate it. Appreciate you, Flare. What you got? What else you got? What else you got? Okay. You got some upcoming projects about to hop on this Flare Networks, Layer 1. Okay, let's see. I'm around. I'll be around here tomorrow. I'll be around next month. I'll be around next year. What you got? Right? They garnered attention. That's what they did. Next, you know, Flare Finance, now Gnosis Global, right? Next, you know, freaking Kinetic. Next, you know, it's freaking SparkDex. Next, you know, X DeFi protocol, right? Next, you know, I just saw this Bet 14 thing. I don't know what's up with it, but I just saw it. It's coming. Bet 14 is interesting. It's coming, right? That's what you do. Because if the chain is the real thing, it's the real thing. If there's something novel, if there's something that builders are attracted to, they'll come. Once we understand that we're on a journey to become a sophisticated investor, not loyal, you know, like I said all the time, Brad's a good looking dude, but he didn't get down on bended knee and ask for my hand in marriage. I would be open. Yeah. But he didn't do that. He didn't do that. Brad understands. What's Titan X? It sounds familiar, Muskegon. Is that I don't know why, but Titan X sounds familiar. It's either an older DeFi thing. What is Titan X? It's either an older DeFi thing. It's not some software. I mean, hardware wallet, is it? Sounds familiar. But that's the game, right? If you create adoption for the blockchain, that will create demand for the underlying asset of that blockchain. It's really that simple. But you can't just create it with crap. You can't garner attention and have crap projects on it. You can't be slow. Only thing that can be, by the way, I've moved. Are we paying attention to what's going on with Bitcoin and how fast Bitcoin is moving and how more importantly, how inexpensive Bitcoin is moving? Are we paying attention to that or no? Are we acknowledging that or no? Has anyone moved several thousand worth of BTC and see how inexpensive it was and how fast it moved or no? I just did the other day. Several thousand. I remember in 2017, man, you had to light candles. You had to, you and your family come together in prayer, hoping that you would just get your BTC. Hoping that you would just get it. Never mind how long it took and how expensive it was. Are we paying attention to that or no? Are we acknowledging that or no? Or are we still back in 2017? The only reason why you would still be back in 2017 saying Bitcoin is slow and expensive is if you're listening to XRP influencers. I call them the XRP entertaining content creators. That's the only way. And that's not on them. That's on you because you haven't popped your head out of the XRPL bubble and taken a look around. That's not on them. That's on you, bro. It took about 4 minutes. It cost 43 cents. No, it cost 71 cents. Something like that. 43, 71 cents. I did 2 transactions. Muskegon Aristocrat, are you going to tell us what Titan X is, my friend? Keela says, I follow Stunner Breezy, a Deaton crypto guy, and he talks about Titan X. I never got into it. Got into it? I'd be careful and cautious with getting into stuff in the digital asset space. Like I was telling my friend, like, you know, unless you're getting into a Discord or you're getting into a a platform like Real Vision. Like what you need to get into to win in the digital asset space. Getting into something is going down the risk curve, right? As opposed to just having the asset, leveling up your education about the asset, getting to know the team, self-custodying it, learning the game of self-custody, getting into stuff, you know, like, like it goes down the risk curve. You got to understand it. Not because the thing you're getting into is good, bad, indifferent. No, it's because when you add another layer of people, it becomes more risky. Like, for example, Celsius Network. I added another layer of people into the mix of my assets. That's what I did. I added risk. I added risk. You can rationalize all you want, but I added risk to that asset. I added risk. And I paid for it, right? I'm pretty sure people over there weren't waking up saying, how do I screw that crypto siege? Like, how do I screw him over? Right? I'm pretty sure they didn't wake up in the morning to do that. I added the risk. So what was my lesson learned? That 6, 8, 10, 12% yield ain't worth it. That's all. That's all. That's what I learned. It's not worth it. It's not worth the risk. That's what we talk about on the channel. We want to find the assets with the best risk adjusted reward. In other words, if the risk is up here, we want to find those assets where that risk is coming down. Right? It's coming down and we're still getting a reward for holding it. All right. We want the risk to come down. We want the rewards to come up, right? We want to find us a level. There are people out there in crypto who think there are people that are crazy for not staking. You're not staking? What do you mean? You're not doing any staking? You're not staking your ETH. Bro, you got ETH, you're not staking it? I'm telling you, people going crazy. Staking adds a measure of risk. I tell friends, well, just because staking is available doesn't mean you got to be 100% staking. You can't stake 1%. Right? You can't stake 2% and keep the other in cold storage. What about 5%, 10%? You can't do that. Is it all or nothing? That's the big challenge. The big challenge is the all or nothing. The big challenge is not recognizing the downside and adjusting for the downside. Why is that the biggest risk? Because we were never educated about that. All we were educated about, if anything, is the upside. It's just, right? Did we learn this stuff in school? I didn't learn that in school. I certainly didn't learn it in the military. I learned about a different kind of risk, but no financial risk. I didn't learn that. You didn't learn that. XRP entertaining content creators are for sure not teaching you that. So how are you going to learn it? It's being taught for free, my friends. It's being taught for free. You ain't got to pay for it. But it is, besides this channel, it is outside of the XRPL bubble. That's why we're here, right? You got to know the game you're in. A lot of people think they're in the, I was trying to tell my friend this. Like, what makes you think you're in the business of changing people's lives because you got into crypto? That's not the business. That's not the game we're in. Once you start buying some crypto, you are in the investor game. And you're on a journey. We're all on a journey of becoming a sophisticated investor. That's what we're doing here. You think because you swapping USDC for ETH, you're not an investor? You're an investor, bro. You think because you're staking your ETH with Lido, you're not an investor? You're an investor. Because you're providing liquidity on SparkDex, you're not an investor? Of course you are. We're investors here on a journey to become a sophisticated investor. Well, if that's the journey that we're on and it's the game we're playing, you got to know the players. Who are the sophisticated investors in this space? And outside the space, you can learn from them as well. Like Guy Spear. Guy Spear is not into Bitcoin, but he is a next level investor. Are you learning from him? Are you reading the books that he's suggesting to read? Do you know who I'm talking about? What does Gary Cardone got to say? What does Raul Paul got to say? What does Ron Kruger got to say? That's the journey we're on. What's Mark Dusko saying these days? What's Anthony Pompliano saying these days? Titan X is a protocol on Ethereum, says the Muskegon Aristocrat. A protocol on Ethereum. Yeah, I think I've heard of Titan X then. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Back in the day, they had some stuff very similar to Keyless. What was that thing? What was those protocols back in the day? From the Spell and the MIM founders. Forget it. But Titan X back in the day was like one of the first ones to come up with that kind of stuff. So if that's what you're talking about, yes, I have heard of them. That's what I mean. It did sound familiar. I might have provided liquidity back in the day. Ohm, yeah, in time. There it is right there. Keyless is on it. Ohm in time. Yep. Wonderland. Freaking Wonderland. Remember Wonderland? That was a big lesson, right? I lost all kind of, not in Wonderland, I lost all kind of money, sort of, in Multiverse. Still over there, Multiverse X. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing over there. I put thousands of dollars over there. I don't know what they're doing. It was by way of Elron Gold. It was then it turned to EGLD. Yeah. Now I won a ton of money. I made a lot of money, but I left thousands of dollars over there. It just, yeah, I don't feel like it's just vapor now. But these are lessons of the journey of becoming a sophisticated investor. Right? How many know that name, Guy Spear? S-P-I-E-R. One of the students of Buffett and the other guy. Was it Charlie Munger? How many know that guy? Right? That's why we're here, fam. That's why we're here. All right, family. It's around. Keyless, they're around. Multiverse is still here. Still doing their thing. Still got, they just launched some V3 thing. They're still around. Still around. Like, I don't even I don't know, what is it? Claim the stuff and redeposit. I don't mess around anymore. Yeah, they're still around. I was still in 2 pools over there. I don't. So there it is, fam. Appreciate you guys checking in. I mean, it's a tragedy that is the SEC. Literally owning up to the fact that they made up the term crypto as a security. And their BS apology for it. Never mind the companies that destroyed because of it. Never mind the American innovation that left the country. Oh, we regret any harm that we may have caused. That's Gary Gensler's SEC. What a travesty. Should we look at some Spark Deck stuff real quick? Yeah, let's do it. What's going on with my New York Football Giants, man? Are they just a joke or what? They have a new update called Hydra. Yeah. Yeah, that stuff is risky. It's risky. That's right, Keel. SEC needs to be sued. That's what I was saying, especially by LBRY Library. Those poor people. I know, right? Absolutely crazy. Pookie says the Saints, man. Saints are looking. Who's the Saints quarterback now? Who is the Saints quarterback? All right, so if I'm going to Spark Decks, I need to be out of developer mode, right? Let's go check out some stuff on Spark Decks. My favorite right now. It's got the slight edge over Kinetic. Come on, Kinetic, up your game, baby. Up your game, Kinetic. Spark Decks got the edge on you right now. All right, so let's see if we connect over here in Spark Decks. I guess we can look at what we got going on with pools. Let me just stop the share real quick and connect. I think let's do Bifrost. Let's do the Bifrost thing for now. All right, Spark Decks. Let's let this thing load. Let's load, baby. Let's load. All right. All right. So 2 liquidity pools and am in the steer join as well, right? I don't know why you got to go to the steer thing to see it, why it doesn't show here, but it doesn't. And I got teeny tiny amounts in both of these. Pretty sure. All right, let's see here. I don't know if it's because it's what the pool manager's steer. I don't know. I don't know if I need to go to the steer protocol app and then I could see it there directly. I don't know. But let's wait for them to load. And then if I feel like I have to click here to see what's going on. 1.52 million in TVL. That ain't bad. All right, SFLR Jewel, 0.3% fee to enter. The fee tier is 0.3%. 0.3% enter, 0.3% to exit. 1.52 million in TVL, which is awesome. Got the some Jewel there to claim, which is pretty cool. Says here the value right now is $82, but I didn't put $82 in there. I put 70 something bucks total. So that's cool. Yeah, I mean, look, now I can add to pools. I like it. Again, I got my things settled up, straightened up, got the portfolio weighted. Now I can take some of that dirty, nasty fiat cash flow and add to FLR, thus SFLR, and participate in pools like this as well. Should I claim this low dollar? If I claim it, I could add it too, huh? Let's claim here. Let's claim. Confirm and you buy Frost. Claiming rewards from Steer Farm. How do I add back? Let's see. Let's see if I can add back directly here, or do I have to go to this pool and change it to freaking automatic again? Like, what's going on? Let's see. Let's see. Because I don't know. I know my guy Steve knows. But let's see. Yeah, I would have to. Yeah, looks like I would have to do that. Which means I'd have to use a different browser because it doesn't work on this browser. Every time I click automatic here to add to the SFLR Joule thing, I get a notice. Hold on a second. Whoa, they fixed it. What I keep telling you guys about SparkDex, man. I keep telling you about SparkDex. Can I add $1 of freaking Joule tokens? Let's see here. Let's do this. It says I have 17 joules. Let's see. If I do max here, that way, look at that. I can add my $1 back. And I need $1 of SFLR as well. So let's do that. Now I go straight to just add liquidity and stake. I don't know why you would do just one. Maybe there's a reason, I'm not sure. But I'm doing the add liquidity plus stake here. Well, so I'm just compounding the rewards, So there it is, Pookie. What you know about that, Pookie? What you know about that, my friend? All right, so add liquidity. And then eventually I will change that, probably 100 at a time, right? That's what I'm gonna do. I don't like to chase the game. I don't personally like that. This APR, this liquidity pool, it could be around for a year, 2. You never know. All right, so 3 steps: add liquidity, approve the LP token. I'm telling you, SparkDex is not messing around, family. I'm just saying. SparkDex with the UI and the UX and easeability to use and whatever, all that other stuff. They are not messing freaking around. So now if I go back to this farm, see my little $1 or 2 that I added to this pool, go to farm, gotta wait for it to load. Again, 1.5 million in TVL is awesome. Hopefully Flare Metrics is going to add this pool to their metrics so we can see what the 24-hour volume is looking like over here. You can see the pool manager is Steer protocol liquidity management thing. Yep, there it is. Look at that. Went from 80-something dollars to $85, $82.85. So there it is. So do a nice little compounding. I don't know the strategies. There's no little strategies for this compounding thing. Do you do it once a week? You do it every day? I don't know. I'm just glad to be participating here in this pool with the Joule thing. And I like that I'm in the other pools for the R emissions as well. Let's see what we got going on there. Let's go. All right. It's like $30 in these things. It's not a lot. This is the SFLR, WFLR one. A half a SFLR, a half of a WFLR is the rewards going on right now. Only $42 in there. I do like it. I'm not going to withdraw it. I'm still in this pool. I like this pool. I'm in range. The only reason why I might draw it is to show you guys how to do what is it? To get out of full range and show you how to do the concentrated liquidity pools, right? In other words, go from full to safe or common or expert. And I don't know which one I'm in there. Let's see this one. This is even less. This is only $38 worth of stuff. Obviously in range. Interesting, the share is not nearly as much. But there it is there. Those are the two pools. I like them both. I really do. And there it is there. So a little bit of participation on SparkDex, a little bit of participation on Kinetics. Although on Kinetics, I tried to pay back a loan, and it was like $1, and I couldn't do it. And I think that is with MetaMask. Let's see. I kept trying to pay back $1. Oh man, what's going on? It was like $1 and change, man. I was trying to pay back, and I couldn't pay it back. I don't know why. I wish that guy Steve was on here. But at the time I was doing it, but it would not let me do it, which was a bummer. It was not letting me do it. I was trying to pay back this little thing here. It's like 110 SFLRs, now $1.86. It was $1 or something before. I don't know why. I try to repay it. I hit max here. I get this notice: due to continuous accruing interest, the repay amount will be slightly larger. Okay, but that's the only amount I can put in. I hit approve, and I'm wondering if I'm on the right. It's saying I can do it, so I must be on the right thing. But I tried the day before yesterday, I think, if not yesterday morning, and I just get this allowance set thing, but that's kind of it. I don't get anything else. It doesn't repay. Set. So I don't know. Anyone have any ideas about this repay of Kinetics? Keela says, do you like sports betting, Siege? I do, but I haven't done it in a long, long time. Who has that? Are Prize Picks? Are you saying, when you say, where's Prize Picks? Are you talking about this just regular out there Prize Picks? Oh, Derek Carr, Pookie. Derek Carr. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so anyone know why I can't repay this loan over Kinetic? That would be awesome. I've heard of Prize Picks. I feel like commercial, like on a commercial or something. But anyway, I keep trying to repay it, just it ain't working. I don't know what the reason is. It won't let me put a different amount in than this 110. But every time I hit repay, it doesn't work. Failed to repay the loan. Don't know why. Anyone know? Let me know. Hopefully my guy Steve is watching this, he can tell. Make sure do I need to vote? I think I voted already. Yep, I did vote. Check mark for the vote. You got to vote. Staking 150% for staking the Jewel token, which is pretty cool. I haven't done a lot of staking other than, you can check your rewards here on Kinetic as well, which is a nice thing I like. Nothing to claim. Yeah, so I don't know why I can't repay that loan. It kind of sucks. All right, I'm going to disconnect until I can figure out what's going on there, and disconnect SparkDex as well. Not connected there. Perfect. All right. So yeah, I can't repay the pack that long, fam. Yeah, Prize Picks. I heard about it, but I did hear about Prize Picks. Keela says 157 APR is pretty cool. Yeah, it's not bad, right? You know, Kinetics, again, opportunity to be the Aave on the Ethereum, like, you know, Aave on Ethereum. Kinetic could be on Flare Networks. SparkDex could be the Uniswap of Flare Networks. We don't know. There's a shot. And how blessed are we to be early to it? It's kind of how I see it, right? How blessed are we to be early to it? It's pretty cool. All right, fam. So there it is. I appreciate each and every one of you checking in, hanging out with Crypto Siege on a Friday night. Hope you guys have a good evening for sure. We'll check in with you guys tomorrow. As always, guys, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you didn't do so on the way in, no worries. Just collapse the chat real quick. Go smash that like, come back and hang out with the Crypto Siege. And family, if you happen to be in the 45-50% of people that are hanging out, listening to and watching the Crypto Siege and have not subscribed to the channel, we're trying to get that number down from 50% to about 25%. And you could do your part right now by just hitting that subscribe button. When all else fails, try random stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try something different because I don't know. Maybe I need to just put 110 in there and start not all with zeros. It's very weird. Kyle Timor checked in. Hey, Siege, good night. I'll watch on the replay. All right, brother. Appreciate you checking in, my friend. You're gonna enjoy the replay. So if you happen to be in that 45 to 50% of people that are hanging out, watching, listening to the Crypto Siege, and you've been enjoying the hangouts, please consider subscribing to the channel. That'd be super, super, super cool. I'm going to end this live. And don't forget to ring the notification bell so you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video. I'm going to end this one like I do all my videos and remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though. Because you and I, we're already winning. And I would remind you or ask you to consider or perhaps ponder the idea or notion of living your life permissionless. I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya. Bye. I hope to meet you too, Pookie. All right, fam. Have a good night. Talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.